Pretty conscious about what I eat. I do have cheat days. I'm not going to lie. I love food. So having to watch what I eat is the hardest thing for me. When I first came back from being retired, when I first unretired, I counted calories and was very adamant that I continue to pay attention to what I eat. Since then, I've gotten a little more lenient. I don't necessarily count calories as much as I just look ahead to what I need to do that day. As I said, like if I have all three components of training, then obviously I need to eat a little more. If I only have pitching and I necessarily don't have lifting or conditioning, then I eat a little bit less or smarter with what I eat. So typically breakfast can range anywhere from a smoothie, kind of a yogurt parfait, for lack of a better term, just yogurt, berries, granola, or as of this morning, I have a sweet potato hash that I kind of make: sweet potatoes, turkey sausage, some peppers, onions, and then putting an egg over top of it. But something semi-healthy. And again, depending on what I'm going to do, will determine how many carbs I'm going to eat. I guess that's the one thing I'm conscious of, is what energy am I going to expend, and that'll determine more so complex carbs that I eat. Lunch can be anything from a salad to a sandwich. Occasionally, maybe some chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A or somewhere else, grilled. I try to do grilled chicken as much as possible. Dinner, we eat pretty well. We cook for the most part. I just will substitute zucchini noodles instead of spaghetti noodles, or just have like potatoes or sweet potatoes instead of bread and rice. I'll put some quinoa or something in there sometimes, but pretty conscious about what I eat. I do have cheat days. I'm not going to lie. I love food. So having to watch what I eat is the hardest thing for me. So there are cheat days once or twice a week. Usually, I think most people say like once every 2 weeks, but for me, it's once or twice a week. And, I think I work out enough that I can give myself some leniency and have some dessert here and there too. So just be conscious of how many days in a row I have that, and does it match up with energy expenditure throughout the week. It does on occasion, usually when he knows I'm taking an off day. So if I'm not lifting, or I only have pitching and I get it done earlier in the day, he tries to cash that in. And weekends are usually a little bit more flexible. I obviously lift and condition usually Monday through Friday. So we have a few date nights, but then we have to be careful about where date night is, because based on what I have the next day, probably should determine what I'm eating. I was fortunate in 2008 to be part of Team Milk during that Olympics as well. So when I got the call this time, I was super excited. Realizing what their theme was as far as sports that are debuting or re-debuting, I was excited that, they chose me, and just the journey I've had with it. And the fact that I am an older athlete, and you can learn so much from the fact that I've done this now, hopefully 3 times, and really just, be able to use that platform to continue to tell stories. But I've always loved the message behind Team Milk. I've, thankfully got to be part of the iconic milk mustache ad in 2008. And this time around, really excited about the edginess that they're putting with the campaign, and just what they're investing in us. It was a no-brainer for me. I've always drank milk my entire life. I understand its benefits. And so when they called, I was super excited to do it again, and just really been a great experience to be with them and spread the message of how milk can really help athletes.